Hello, my friends. I am sorry that I didn't give you more warning about today, but in case you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have this business that I just rebranded as Craft What Matters. And every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I go live for Tuesday Throwdown. Just making sure I'm in the right spot. Here we go. So we don't necessarily know what we're going to get. We just kind of create on the fly. Today, I'm actually going to share one of my favorite new bundles with you. And I have a really fun event to share with you too. So today, if you're on my email list, you'll get an email later today that will have a sign up for a craft along later this month. So it's actually a collaboration with 4 other demonstrators. So there's going to be 10 projects, 2 by each demonstrator, and we will be making projects featuring 2 bundles. Give me 1 second. I forgot to close the door. So let me. No, Shelby. That's not nice. Go lay down. Sorry. I forgot. I had to get rid of the cat, or it's like World War III because when we have the cat and the dog in here. So it's a collaboration. It's craft along, so it's going to be week long, and each day one of us has the day. So we'll be sharing ideas and tips, and we'll be going live that day featuring 2 bundles, which I'll show you in a second, and I'll give you a sneak peek of my cards, and there are only 2 of the 10 that you'll make. So let me just turn this around so I can show you instead of talk to you. Hold on. So let me pull this over here. I'm going to do a little crafting too, of course. So I got that for later. But we're using 2 bundles, 2 new bundles from the January through April mini catalog. One is the Woolly Friends bundle, and then the other one is the Simply Beautiful bundle. And while it does have a lot of wedding sentiments, I think most of us used it not as wedding. So one thing that will be a little different with this craft along is if you want to do the cards exactly like ours, you're going to want to have the bundles, because we're not going to be die cutting any of the elements that are part of like the punch or the die. So like if we use these flowers, which I didn't use any of them, but if I use any of those, I wouldn't be die cutting those. You'd have the paper to die cut the pieces, but I'm not doing it in advance just because we're prepping for 10 projects. We're just going to let you improvise either with what you have, or you can use the bundles if you grab them, because these will be an add-on when you register for the event. So let me show you a sneak peek of my 2. And remember, this is just 2 of 10. You'll be making 10 projects. So this is my Woolly Friends project that you'll make. So you'll get the supplies to make this. You would just need to add the bundle if you want it to be exactly like this, but you'll have the pattern paper and the embellishments and the ribbon, because you're going to get full packs, or a half pack of the paper, full roll of the ribbon, and a full package of the embellishments. And then this is my other card, and again, it's using that beautiful paper and just some basic ink colors. So this is going to be really fun. So I will share more in my email today. So if you'd like more information about that craft along, this is the paper pack you're getting. You'll get half of it. And then I usually cut them to 6 by 6. It's just easier for me to ship. And you get a full pack of the embellishments and a full pack of the ribbon. And then we'll make 10 cards. And each day a different demonstrator will go live and make the project with you. And you can either make it with us, or you can 2 projects. We each made 1 with the Woolly Friends and 1 with the other bundle. So we'll each make 2 projects in our live and walk you through that, give you some tips and tricks. And then the next day, a new demonstrator will take over. And then they will share their projects, and you can make them along with them. So it should be really, really fun. We're calling it a craft along. Like I said, registration will go out later today. But today I just wanted to feature this adorable little Woolly Friends bundle. It's just so stinking cute, you guys. I did this card. This was a friend. I copied this card from my friend Michelle Litwiller, but I did this as part of my card class the other day, and it was super cute, super fun. This was the project that I did a couple of weeks ago with this one, because I'm just in love with this this bundle. Actually, I didn't do this live. I did this as my card swap. This was my swap for my team. We do a swap every quarter, and we send cards in the mail and swap with different categories, and this was the new catalog product. And so this was the card I made for that, actually. And then I showed you this one. This is the one that we're going to make during the craft along. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I believe the week is, oh shoot, I should have gotten the dates. It's like the last week of February. So registration will be pretty quick because I need to be able to get your kits out to you in time. But it should be really fun. So I'm excited. But let's make another card with this, this collection because I just think it's so cute. I'm using Bubble Bath, and this is another design that I copied from my friend, actually. Rhonda Wade did this one, and I loved it. And I think it's really cute, and it's a fun design, so it's a little bit different. So I've just got your 4.25 by, no, oh my gosh, 5.5 by 8.5 inch card scored at 4.25. I'm sorry, I'm feeling kind of crummy today, so my ability to speak is not great. I don't know, I started coming down with something Sunday-ish, and then last night it just kind of kicked in full force. So I'm going to line this up from the score line to, and I'm actually doing this the wrong way because I want it off. This is going to be the front of my card, and I want it to go this way, so I'm going to do it this way. All right, so I had to think about that for a second. I'm going to cut from the score line down to the other corner to create this fun fold, and we're just chopping that right off. Okay, so this is kind of a cute little fun fold. We're doing that. All right, and so then I have some of the mixed up patterns. This is just a great basic pattern paper pack, so I'll show you this really quick. This is not what we're using for the craft along, but it's just a really good staple paper pack. It's just sort of basic swirls, herringbones, stripes, grids, chevrons, like all the things. It's just a really good, bright colored, really great for spring stuff. So you can see lots and lots of good colors. It's just a really nice stamp set. So I used, or paper pack. So I used a piece of that for the inside of this card here. I am still using contraband adhesive. I do finally have adhesive in the house, but it literally just arrived this morning and I haven't even unpacked the boxes yet. So no more contraband for me. All right, so there's that. Now we could put something on the other side here, right? But I probably won't do that for right now. I'm gonna take the little butterfly that's here, and we're gonna stamp that. And I apologize if I'm kind of snipply. Actually, there's like the butterfly, and then I think that's, let me look at the cover here. I think that's the little butterfly body. Oh no, that's his hair. Okay, nope. So we're just gonna do this little butterfly guy. And I only have a big block here, but we'll be careful. It's actually really tricky to stamp with a really big block and a really small stamp. So typically I recommend that you match your stamp to your block size, or your block size to your stamp. But I'm gonna live on the wild side here. We're just gonna stamp this little butterfly kind of repeatedly here. Not anything crazy. We do want to kind of break the field a little bit here, so I'm gonna do a little bit there too. There. Nothing crazy. So that's that. And now I'm going to take a piece of Bubble Bath cardstock. This is 2 3/4 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4 again. There's my folder. Hi, Susan. And then I pre-cut and embossed a striped panel here. This one is 2.5 by 4, and it's embossed with the lovely stripe embossing folder. I'm going to actually use the liquid glue because it's going to hold a little bit better, especially better than the contraband. Whenever you have embossing, you really want to have like a good strong adhesive, because that embossed panel can make it harder to adhere to the cardstock. All right, so I just did that. Oh, and actually I wanted to, before I attach that, I'm going to actually do some ribbon, but I'm going to put the ribbon underneath that, so I'm going to quickly do that. I don't like it to show inside the card, so I tend to wrap my ribbon around a panel instead of, so I'm doing this the tricky way. I should have done this before I glued it, but it's all good. All right, so there's that. Let me get it kind of positioned right before it's stuck down. There we go. That looks good, and then I'll do that. Okay, and then I'll just take a little bit of this and I'll tie this in a bow. You could do a knot too if you didn't want to do a bow. Try to get this straight here. There we go. So I'm gonna just do that. And you could stick your bow down with a little glue dot or something to kind of hold it in place if you'd like. I think I'm just gonna let it fly free for now anyway. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this, trim that down. Okay, and then this is going to get taped inside here like this, and so it's going to become kind of like a flippy fold, right? So again, I'm going to use a stronger adhesive just because I want to make sure this stays in place. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. I don't need a ton, just want a little bit there to hold that in place. I'm going to get it in position here. Maybe about here. It's also good because I have a little bit of wiggle room before it's really stuck too. That looks good. So now I'm just going to press and hold that in place. All right, so that's the mechanism, right? And then on this piece, I'm going to take the little flowers, and we're going to stamp those in Memento Black along the bottom. So we're just gonna do a little bit of interest inside here. I should probably have a grid sheet under here, but it's fine. All right, and then you could color them. I'm gonna make it easy because it's hard to go quickly when you're coloring. Where's my, oh, it's over here. Make my little stamp and scrub here. Just clean that off. And then we'll switch this to this. Again, typically I would match my stamp block to my stamp size, but I'm just going with what's handy. A lot of my blocks are actually packed for the weekend because I'm headed off to the Just Scrapping event this weekend. So I'm just coloring in the flowers with the stamp. So this is called two-step stamping. Makes it really easy. And then I'm gonna just grab, we'll do Granny Apple Green for the other color, I think. And swap that out. I know, puppy, you want to leave, but you gotta give me a minute. I'm in the middle of something. She's at my feet right now. Like, I went out, but I closed the door because of the cat. But I think Alyssa just got home, so now she wants to go out there. All right, and then we'll do this. This is when she starts to misbehave, so now she's trying to eat paper off the floor. She becomes a naughty little puppy when she's not getting what she wants, which I think is typical. All right, so that's kind of the inside. And I'll put this away so I don't lose it. And we can go ahead and tape this inside the card. I'm just going to use this because it's faster. So we'll open that here. Oops, and I got green ink on there. But I do have somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. I have one of the Tombow. Sorry for my weird reach, but I have the Tombow ink eraser here. Works fabulous on like light cardstock, not so much for colored cardstock, because then it leaves like a whiter spot there. There we go. All right. And then we got to make the other part here. So I'm going to just get a little bit better crease on this so it will sit flat. Now I have a stitched shape here, and I'm going to stamp this leaping guy here, and then also the sentiment. So let me just clean those off. Put this away. We're going to do the You Make Me Happy. I love these little sentiments. They're so cute. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment first, just because that will make it easier for me to line up where the sheep needs to be. So we've got You Make Me Happy. And we'll put that down the bottom here. Okay. And then I just need to stamp the lamb body. All right, so we got that here. And I'm going to stamp that so it's kind of right over like that. Okay, and then we'll stamp the head on a scrap piece. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of light gray, I think. Let me see if I have any. Could use pink too, but I might use a little pink for accent. But I want to do a little bit of gray here around my little sheep here. Not a lot, just kind of a little bit here to add a little bit of color. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit on its hair here. And that's probably all I'll do for that. And then I'm going to take the pink. Is this Bubble Bath? Yes, the light Bubble Bath. And I'll just do his ears and some rosy cheeks. Okay, super cute. Now I'll grab the punch. Well, I guess I should have punched it on the other side, but that's, or stamped it on the other side, but that's okay. It's just a little scrap piece, so I don't care that I'm wasting a little bit of the white paper. All right, so there's that. And then we're gonna use a dimensional to pop his little head on here. Oh, and I forgot. I wanted to do the little bow too, so let me do that. Let's clean that off. And we'll do the bow outline first. So again, it's a two-step stamp. Take a little bow, like that. And then we'll grab the Bubble Bath. Hi, Jolene. And then we will do the inside with the Bubble Bath. Again, it's just two-step stamping, so it makes it really easy to color. So I did that. Clean that off. Put this away so we don't lose any of the parts. And then we can use the punch again. And this is gonna be a little trickier. See if I can get it in there. I'm gonna have to trim off a little bit here just so it fits in there right. There we go. And then we're gonna punch that. Whoops, sent it flying at myself. And we've got our little bow. All right, so now let me get my dimensional for his head. And we'll put that kind of here. And we'll use a little bit of the glue. Oops, that was kind of a lot. Here. So cute, right? You make me happy. And then we can add this to the front of the card with some dimensionals as well. Use up some of these edges. Alright, I'm going to keep it kind of in the middle because I don't want it to come off the edge, because then it would close my card and seal it shut. We don't want to do that. Alright, and then we've got that there. And then we can do, I actually brought some of these Moody Palette dots. I feel like these are flat and soft and cute. So I'm going to use these and my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll just add some of these for embellishment. Let's put one here. Oops, I hate when it gets stuck to the cardboard. One there, and then we'll do a larger one again. And then these flat ones are a little trickier. There. You could do a blue dots if you wanted to do like baby card. Hi, Deb. So there you have it. Just a super cute little fun fold card. And actually, you could even take a little piece of the pattern paper, which I might do afterwards, and put that in there, or even one up here if you wanted to. But just a super cute, fun little card using that Woolly Friends bundle, the Punch bundle. It's just such fun cards with this. So that, again, was my swap card. That was a card class card that we're doing at the retreat this weekend. And then again, we're going to be doing a craft along featuring this bundle and the Simply Beautiful bundle with 4 of my favorite friends. So we'll be doing a full week of crafting every day. You'll have a new video every day. It's craft along with 4 other demonstrators, and it's just gonna be super fun. So watch for that in your inbox later today. I will be sending out registration links for that, and that is happening at the end of the month. I don't have the dates off the top of my head, but it's like the last week in February. So super fun, and I just think you guys are gonna love all the cards made with this adorable little Woolly Friends bundle. So all right, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.